Well, hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Jake here with you. It's part 4 of, or part 5, sorry, rather, of the build up here. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to do a whole lot today. Just get some puttying done around the seams. And I've gone through and taken some blue painter's tape and just barely left a little bit of room in between on the seams to where we can preserve our sensor band lines. So what I'm going to do is just enough to putty in the seams all the way around, and then once this dries, I'll go back through and use a scribing tool to scribe in our sensor bands again. But we're going to have to repeat the process for around the top edge of the saucer here. So I'm going to be using the Squadron Products white putty. So I'm going to just start applying just a little bit. And then here's where the airlock is. So we're just going to put some on the top there and some around the top side of the airlock. That way, because there's going to be a piece that goes in there, so it's not going to be too bad. We can go back through and chisel that back out. So do this one here. Alright, we'll go on to the next one. That way when you do this and it's all said and done and you're sanding, you can just peel this off. You sand it down and then peel it off without having any problems. Put some on here. Got enough on my finger to do this. And may have to repeat the process a couple of times to get some good, to get a good clean seal. And then once we do the sensor, the upper ring around the saucer, around the phaser banks, or I'm sorry, not the phaser banks, but the RCS thrusters, the RCS thruster ports, you're going to lose, when you putty that in, you're going to lose some of the holes, but that's okay. We know where they're at, and we can go back through and take a pin vise and a drill bit and drill them out. So, alright, well there's that. A couple of other modifications that you're going to have to do now. If you remember, I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit more putty to the officer's lounge there to kind of make it look, give it a little bit of extra. Didn't like the way it looks, so I'm going to add just a little bit more putty there. And I'll take my knife and clean out the windows. Alright, well, that's that. So now we'll let that dry for about an hour or so. Then we'll come back and I'll sand it down and probably see how it looks and do it again. Getting really close to putting the base coat on. I may tape over this area right here and put leave it gray, so I may just put up some masking over it and leave it gray. We'll come back through and sand it, and then I'll come back through and what I'll do, so I can put my glass in once we start doing the officers lounge, I'll go through and mask off this area and spray my gray coat around the edge here, and that way I can put my glass in and mask it off to where when I spray my base coat on here, we'll have that gray detail in there. So gonna be doing that here probably later on this afternoon. Gonna probably install my impulse crystal, my impulse deck lens there, getting it ready for setting in the lighting. Get the LEDs put in there. And then one thing I will tell you is I've noticed on this kit that it's a really tight fit when you put them together, when you start putting them together. So what I've done in the past is taken a drill bit just a little bit bigger than these mounting pegs here, and on anywhere that there's a mounting peg, I go through and drill out the hole just a little bit bigger, so it'll be a nice even fit down in there to where you're not going to have to do a lot of pushing and whatnot on there. That way you won't have any problems with seam problems. So I'll do that too, and I'll start working on the officers, the rec deck and the officers lounge. And what I went and done is for the also going to start working on the arboretum too. What I've done for the officers lounge is I'm going to take a little bit of this. I couldn't find the right size trees, so I went and got some brush, and what I'll do is I'll use a toothpick and put some on there with some canopy glue or some Elmer's glue, and go through there and make little shrubs where the kit shrubs are showing, and so that'll look nice on the officers lounge. And then I got this fine duff sand for the arboretum for the walkway. So we're gonna use the brush, the shrubbery for the trees in there as well on the arboretum, and this. So I'll take you through on that in the next video or two. Probably the next video I'll start working on the officers lounge, getting it ready and painted and going through there. So but until then, guys, well, that's just that's that. And you know, this is just a quick update on, you know, what to do here. And then I'll have the reveal of the Excelsior of the USS Hounsfield probably the next day or two. I'll have that finished up, and so we're moving along, guys. So until then, take care, and we'll see you around the community.